Welcome back to Palm Springs Power Stadium. As you just missed it, because I believe we didn't get that on video, the Eli Brown 3-run homer to right field. That ball was absolutely launched 392 feet the distance, 96 off the bat. The Power have a 6-1 lead, and then Austin Haller, I believe, reached on an air.
Yeah, for those of you who missed it, sorry for the technical difficulties, but Eli Brown turned on an inside fastball and absolutely hammered it to right field.
That's going to be low. Throw down second's not going to be in time for Haller, who steals second base.
391 off the bat. It wasn't even close, and then Austin Haller follows it up with a really tricky ground ball to get himself an infield base hit.
It's 2-1 on Aiden Torek. Another runner in scoring position. Here's the 2-1 pitch to Torek. It's a pop-up into right field. Alexander Herrera will come on. And near the foul line, he dropped the ball. In fair territory, it's going to land. Hollow race around third. He's going to score. Torek's going to end up at second base. Back-to-back costly errors. And the Power have taken control. It's 7-1 in the second.
Yeah, Adam, that's just a tough break right there for Herrera in right field. And almost as tough a break for Aiden Torek because he's not going to get credit for an RBI right there with it being an error.
Here's Isaiah Manji with Torek at second base and one out. First pitch to Manji, it's inside, ball one. So 1-0 with Torek on second base, one out. 3 in the first for the Power, 4 in the second. He's got out of hand in a hurry after the Highlanders took a 1-0 lead. As that pitch, like it was off the outside corner. It was called a strike though. It's 1-1 with one out. One and one on Manji. Here's the pitch. It's lifted into right field. Herrera's going to try to make up for it here as he goes back. He leaps and makes the catch. He holds on to the ball, and tagging and going to third is Aiden Torek. Looked like something fell off. Might have been his sunglasses, but he holds on to the most important thing, and that's the baseball. That's the second out of the inning.
Yeah, Adam, I thought you just pulled out another announcer's jinx on Herrera out there in right field. Didn't have a great route on the ball. Didn't have a great jump either. I mean, I thought if he kept running, he still was going to get it, but I thought the jump could have cost him, a little off balance trying to pull that ball in, but managed to keep a hold of it and get the out.
Here's Angel Cortez with 2 outs. That's going to be roped into center field. Deshaun Davis comes on, dives, can't get to it. It's going to roll all the way to the wall. Torek comes in to score easily. Cortez is on his way to third. Will he be held there is the question. He will. It's an RBI stand-up triple by Angel Cortez.
Adam, I said it last night, and our fellow intern EJ Sanchez didn't take too kindly to it, but you don't see a ton of stand-up triples out of catchers, and here's 2 nights in a row with them.
Impressive stuff by the people behind the dish for the Power. Brings up Nick Eli, who's the 9th hitter in this second inning, so looking to bat around. Is Moses George will fire to the plate. I'll get that call on the outside corner. So the Power have just taken advantage of a couple brutal errors by the Highlanders. As that one misses in the dirt. It's 1-1 to Nick Eli.
And for Cortez, I mean, he absolutely hammered that ball. And, I mean, it was the perfect one to do so. Fastball right down the middle. And, I mean, he took it to the deepest part of the park. If he pulled it at all, I mean, we could have seen 2 home runs in an inning.
2-1 to Nick Eli. 2-1 on Nick Eli. Here comes the 2-1 home. It's a breaking ball. It misses, or rather catches the zone for a strike. A little bit inside. Looked like it was also caught just extremely high, but it was actually way closer to the zone than I imagined.
Yeah, I honestly thought that was a worse call than it was.
As that might be a hanging breaking ball. It's hit out to center field. Deshaun Davis is under it. It's hit well, but Davis is under it to make the catch. We head to the third inning. Power tack on 5, including the third home run of the year by the Palm Springs Power, courtesy of Eli Brown. A 3-run blast to right makes it 8-1. Power lead the Highlanders. We'll be back after this short break on the Palm Springs Power broadcast network.
Two locations with something for everyone. Stuffed Pizza Bar and Grill.
Building your business is no small undertaking, and you need the right team by your side. Whether you're just getting started or expanding nationwide, Pacific Premier Bank is here to support your business every step of the way. As your trusted banking partner, we can help guide you down the right path with customized solutions designed for your business. We'll help you achieve the success you deserve. Pacific Premier Bank. Let's build your future together.
Welcome back to Palm Springs Stadium. Adam Oppenheim alongside Stephen Buxton. It's going to be Moses George, the pitcher, leading off in the third for the Highlanders. Here's the first pitch in and gets a piece of it. Foul ball. And it's 0-1 here in the fourth, rather in the third.
Adam, what an inning for the Power last inning. I mean, first inning, they get a couple hits, but it doesn't end up with a ton.
That's ripped into left field. That's going to get down for a base hit in front of Derek Houston. Will George turn for second? He will not. He'll make the banana turn and go back to first, but it's a leadoff hit by the pitcher, Moses George, trying to help his own cause.
But what I was saying, the Power get a couple hits in the first inning, get 3 runs, but, you know, they get 3 straight outs right there. But coming out for the bottom half of the second, take advantage of an error. They get a single, and then Eli Brown with probably the hardest hit ball of the year, and Power just explode out in front.
Deshaun Davis steps in. Looks like that pitch misses outside according to our home plate umpire. Zach Novus working into his third inning out of St. Mary's. The lefty will look to first and fire to the plate. That's right down the heart of the plate. Strike one. 1-1 count, no outs, top of the third.
And Novus right here again, kind of similar situation with Connor Batzer last night. They just needed him to get through the innings, get some length, and he gave them all they could ask for and then some. Zach Novus right here, I mean, if he could get through this third inning, they'll get Brendan Thiels in for the next inning and the fourth, and it'll be 3 clean innings with the Power up on top. And I don't know how much more you could ask than that out of a guy who's originally supposed to just get through 2.
So that pitch is outside. It's 2-2. Yeah, no kidding. And you bring in Thiels, like you mentioned, and you're looking at a pretty good outing again from the Power pitching staff. That's chopped towards first base. Haller is going to have to let it roll foul. Really smart play there. So no one was covering first, and Haller had to let that roll foul. Otherwise, Deshaun Davis would have reached.
And for the power, too, again, there's only a couple guys you can do this with where the change in speeds going from one pitcher to another is plus or minus 20 miles an hour. I mean, we've seen it having Johnny Young piggyback Dylan Van Meeteren. We're going to see it here tonight with Brendan Thiels coming in. I mean, it's just a really hard adjustment that these Highlanders pitchers are going to have to make.
That pitch is fouled off to Sean Davis. So it's a 2-2 count. 2-2 count, swing and a miss, strike three, throw down a second. Thomas gets the tag down, strike him out, throw him out. Cortez to Thomas after a Novus strikeout, and there's quickly 2 outs here in the third.
I mean, I said it before, I'll say it again. Cortez, just the value he provides behind the plate. He's already had a couple close calls that were going to be really great plays, and right there just shows off the cannon. I mean, fantastic throw right there to get George at second. And I mean, I know George is trying to help his own cause, but giving the power a free out right there, I mean, that's costly for the Highlanders.
It brings up Rylan Gutierrez. Takes the first pitch for a strike, lines the next one to right field. That's going to get down a base hit with 2 outs.
Now batting for the Highlanders, the right fielder, number 1, Alexander Herrera.
Brings up Alexander Herrera, the 3-hitter. The first pitch in for a strike. Novus will look to first, and now fire towards home. Another stolen base attempt. Here's a throw down. That one's not in time. Cortez got the throw off really quickly on the pitch, right over the heart of the plate. It was called a strike, so it's 0-2 on Herrera. Rylan Gutierrez picks up the stolen base.
I mean, again, just a great attempt by Cortez. They're not the best pitch to throw on.
That's in the door, and by Cortez, it's a wild pitch. Advancing to third is Gutierrez with 2 outs.
And for the power right there, having 2 outs with nobody on. Now it's 2 outs with a runner on third thanks to a stolen base and a wild pitch.
Next pitch just misses outside, and it's 2-2.
Casey Dill and the rest of that lineup just hoping that Novus can continue what he's done so far, providing all he can and get out of this inning clean.
2-2 pitch is inside. It's 3-2. Three-two pitch. Misses outside. It's ball 4. Another base runner aboard for the Highlanders. They've had plenty of those aboard, but have only just created 1 run. Antonio Banuelos is next up, who singled in the first. So Novus looking to get through 3, and then you have a feeling Casey Dill will turn to the big 7-foot right-hander, Brendan Thiels. And we'll see if Herrera tries to take off for second here. He will take off for second. First, it's time called by someone. Time called by Banuelos. Not an ideal time to call time. Now the power no. Herrera's going to take off, although that might have been pretty obvious already with a pretty chunky lead he had there at first. Here's the next pitch. It's in for a strike. Inside corner. First pitch to Banuelos. It's a beautifully painted pitch. So the next pitch is also a strike, lower portion of the zone. It's 0-2. Runner takes off for second. It's on the ground. Dalton Thomas will slide to make the play. Throw to first in time. Oh, what a play by Dalton Thomas to get Zach Novus out of a jam. Power lead 8-1 as we head to the bottom of the third. You're listening to Power Baseball on the Power Broadcasting Network. Richie Amaviska first up for the Power in the bottom of the third. And will launch a fly ball deep into center field to Sean Davis. Will go under it into the left. He makes the catch for the first out. So one pitch, one out to Amaviska, who flies out for the second time.
And Adam, it looks like we've got a pitching change on the mound. Number 8, Christian Romero out there for the Highlanders.
Christian Romero, right-handed pitcher. Went to Chaffee High School as the first pitch is inside. That's to Derek Houston. And Zach Novus also did a great job getting out of that jam in the third. Dalton Thomas obviously made that terrific sliding stop. A couple of really nice defensive plays by the Power, where the Highlanders on the other side have not exactly made the routine plays. The 1-0 catches the outside corner. It's 1-1. One pitch misses low. It's 2-1 on Derek Houston. Two and one on the new left fielder, Derek Houston, usually behind the plate. That misses low. It's 3-1. Here's the 3-1 pitch, a breaking ball, catches the zone, upper part of the zone. And Christian Romero trying to retire the first two batters.
For the Power right here, it's a pretty similar look that they had to George. Similar arm slot almost same arsenal looking like.
As that's hit up the middle, base hit for Derek Houston.
So for the Power, it shouldn't be too much of a transition going from George to Romero. Again, both of them have a pretty low release height. Both of them, the fastball sitting down low in the 70s, and looks like a little bit of a different shape to the breaking ball for Romero right here, but aside from that, should be a pretty easy transition for the Power.
Dalton Thomas now up, who's 1 for 1 with the base hit, scored back in the second. Oh, 0-1 on Thomas with Houston at first base. Pickoff attempt not going to be in time. Oh, 0-1 on Thomas. Swing and a miss, strike 2. Got him to chase a breaking ball in the dirt, did Romero.
And for George, it's the end of a tough night against a Power team that got to him early and got to him quick.
Houston takes off for second base and now might have to run back as that falls. And what a diamond catch! Antonio Benuelas! Holy smokes, he went out there and did a Spider-Man backwards dive and made an absolutely acrobatic catch.
Oh my goodness, Adam. I mean, Antonio Benuelos goes out there and he's spinning around, laying out, had to sprint backwards for about 40 feet and in shallow center. Just sends out a prayer and somehow comes down with the ball. Not only comes down with the ball, almost has the wherewithal to get up quickly and fire it down to first, almost doubling out at Derek Houston.
That might be one of the most ridiculous catches I've ever seen in my life of watching baseball. That was absurd. I mean, it looked like he was trying to make a basket catch, realizes it's above him, full extension behind him. His arm looked like it hit the ground first. Luckily, he's okay. And he comes up with a heck of a web gem. That's a ground ball to first base. Alvarez will step on the bag. And the Power held scoreless thanks to Christian Romero and a great defensive play by Antonio Benuelas. We head to the fourth. Power still lead 8-1. You're listening to Palm Springs Power on the Power Broadcasting Network.